This is 6 News Now, sponsored by the University of Michigan, Flint.
Mid-Michigan, thank you for waking up with us on this Saturday, February 5th. I'm Michael Thomas. 6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories. We want to update you on breaking news that we brought to you at the beginning of the hour. We're taking a look at I-496 at Pennsylvania over in Lansing. Now, it looks as if at least 4 cars were involved in an accident. Now, the damage does not appear to be substantial, and unconfirmed scanner traffic suggests few, if any, injuries. But the road continues to be shut down, and while police tend to it all, and of course, you can always keep an eye on this on the 6 News traffic tracker at WLNS.com, or you can always download our app. So it's not technically Groundhog Day, but because that happened on Wednesday, but as we know, weather this week pushed everything back. So Mid-Michigan's Furry forecaster's prediction will be happening this morning. And when I say this morning, I mean literally right now. She's getting ready to make her annual prediction, and this is set to take place at 8:30. It started over at 7:30, so we're trying to figure out just exactly if we're going to be getting, I just got a text message from our producer, Woody stayed in. That means 6 more weeks of winter, everyone. Well, we'll probably have a story on it later. And after this week's snowstorm, life is slowly getting back to normal over in Jackson. Now, the Rose City got more than 8 inches of snow on Wednesday and Thursday, prompting officials to declare a snow emergency in the area. Now, the order forced people to remove their cars off the roads so plows could clear the streets. But the good news for Jackson residents is that workers have made enough progress for the order to end. Now, the team is still doing touch-up work on the streets, but the city says that they're expecting to remove the order around noon today, allowing for residents to park.
Well, this morning in Mid-Michigan is a little bit like one of those situations where as soon as you head outside, you almost want to turn around and go right back in. We're dealing with some very cold temperatures across the board for our region, as well as a couple of minor isolated snow flurries still lingering around in the Mid-Michigan area. Temperatures here in Lansing right now still barely hitting those double digits. We're at 10 degrees, but the good news is relatively calm winds outside across the board for Mid-Michigan, so there's no significant wind chill that we have to contend with this morning, which is always a good thing. Over to our neighbors in the west in Grand Ledge, 7 degrees for your current temperature here. Again, no sustained winds right now, but they have gusted up to 9 miles per hour earlier this morning. Down to Hillsdale right now, you can see we still do have a couple of roadways. They're still covered with some light accumulations in the area, so there's a couple of minor travel impacts that we are expecting across the board for the region. So if you do have any early morning Saturday plans, a good idea to plan ahead for any of the conditions that you might expect, because roadways still going to be fairly slick. Current temperatures in Hillsdale right now sitting at 14 degrees. In downtown Jackson, some widespread, very dense cloud cover in the area this morning. 13 degrees for your current temperature. Relatively calm winds right now, gusted up to 6 miles per hour earlier this morning. So not a whole lot going on across the board for our region this morning. 9 degrees for your current temperature in St. John's. No winds outside right now, only gusting up to 6 miles per hour, so I'm not even sure you could call it a wind gust at that point. Satellite and radar fairly quiet for us here in Mid-Michigan. Again, a couple of minor isolated snow showers in the area due to the effects of some of the lakes, but when we take a look over to our west, not a whole lot going on here as well. We do have some snow showers over towards the Minneapolis area that we'll have to deal with as we get later on in the weekend. When we put precision cast into play, partly cloudy skies expected as we head throughout the rest of the day today. Quiet weather essentially across the board for the majority of our state, aside from some snow flurries that will take place in the northern portion of the lower peninsula. Quiet weather remains in place as we head throughout the day on Sunday, but we are expecting some scattered snow showers in the overnight hours Sunday into the early morning hours on Monday in the region. We're only expecting around trace amounts to maybe an inch on the higher end in terms of snowfall accumulations. As we head throughout the day today, we're looking at high temperatures to top out near 25 degrees in the area. Again, relatively light winds, only possible to kick up to 10 miles per hour in the area, so not a whole lot going on in terms of wind chill. If you dress for the weather, you should be just fine today. 6-day forecast shows relatively quiet weather in play. We do have a couple of scattered snow showers in play for the middle portion of the week, but our temperatures across the board will still be fairly uniform, topping out right near that 30-degree range. Mike.
Introducing our new redesigned 6 News mobile app. Our new app features a sleek modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier and with one tap. You have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video, and a red light alert badge notifies you when we're streaming. Download or update our new local news app today. 6 News, here for you.
I'm Siobhan Klipfer, and if you're looking for a different kind of lunch break, check out the Daily Digital Debrief every weekday here for you at 12:30 on WLNS.com and on the 6 News app. It's a little bit of news, a little bit of weather, and a little bit extra. We'll see you.
Well, students at Lansing Community College are celebrating tonight. That's after the news that they'll have some free cash coming their way. We broke this news last night here on 6 News, but Shamir Owens is here now with reaction from students. Shamir, tell us more about this.
Lauren, that's right. All students enrolled in 4 credit courses at LCC will receive a grant ranging from $250 to $1,000. The exact amount students will receive is based on their financial aid eligibility and spring enrollment as of January 27th. This money comes from the Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund, which colleges use to help students with educational costs due to COVID-19. Students who are full-time and qualify to receive a Pell Grant will get the maximum amount, and students who don't qualify for a Pell Grant or are taking fewer credits will receive a lower amount. I spoke with a few students who say this money couldn't have come at a better time.
That's amazing. That's just cool, yeah. We pay a lot for school, so it's nice to get it back every now and then.
Bewildered, flabbergasted, and excited. There's a little incentive to keep going, and it's like, I will keep going. Thank you.
Now, LCC says it will take a few weeks to process the grants, but this is an automatic process, and students may receive their checks by mail if they prefer, but are encouraged to sign up for a direct deposit through their student accounts to avoid further delays. Lauren, back to you.
Introducing our new redesigned 6 News mobile app. Our new app features a sleek modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier and with one tap. You have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video, and a red light alert badge notifies you when we're streaming. Download or update our new local news app today. 6 News, here for you.
Well, tonight, high school basketball games throughout Michigan united to show their support of the Oxford community. They did this one t-shirt at a time. Shamir Owens went to one of those games. And Shamir, what was it like tonight?
Sarah, tonight just wasn't about basketball at Portland High School. Many showed up wearing these Oxford Strong shirts as a sign of support and unity. As Oxford Community Schools continue to mourn the deaths of 4 students during a shooting at the high school last year, schools across the state wanted to know what they could do to help. So the MHSAA decided to start a campaign that dedicates February to being Oxford Strong. High schools across Michigan sold Oxford Strong shirts for spectators to wear during basketball games today. Over 80% of the money from each t-shirt will be donated to the school and the Oxford community. Portland's girls junior varsity basketball coach says this was the perfect opportunity to uplift the Oxford community.
Immediately wanted to know what we could do, and then, a month or so later when the MHSAA came out with this idea of these shirts and this night, it was just a great opportunity for us and everybody else around the state to help out.
And this pour won't stop here, as many schools will continue to sponsor Oxford Strong events throughout the month. Sarah, back to you.
This is 6 News Now. We will begin in 60 seconds. 6 News Now will begin in 30 seconds. This is 6 News Now, sponsored by the University of Michigan, Flint.